Well, we've hit the ground running here at Gamescom. No easygoing pre-show hello, how you doing for us. We're here just in the thralls of Sony's conference. We've had a busy day thus far. We've seen the sights of Capcom, we've seen the sights of EA, we've also seen some Square Enix stuff. That stuff, though, we'll be talking about at a later point on the site. You can check it on another GRTV blog, stroke previews as well as the site. We want to get into the Sony conference, though, because I figure, guys, that was invigorating.
Yeah, it's really one of the sort of the more invigorating press conferences I've ever been to, because there was so much fresh content, so many new IPs that they showed off, and not the same old tired stuff, even though some of the old tired stuff was there, but a lot of new stuff. So, and we got Mathias here as well.
You may remember him from a Microsoft showcase back in the day.
Yes, and now we're sort of evening out things with a bit of Sony talk. So, what did you take away from the conference?
As you said, like a lot of exciting things. I thought it was going to be a lot of E3 rehash, but a lot of new exciting IPs, both for the Vita, which did have a kind of disappointing showing at E3.
Yeah.
And for the PlayStation 3. So why don't you start by talking about the Vita stuff?
Sure. You know, personally, I've got a Vita, I got a PS3. Big news for me was the cross-buy thing that they finally announced, that if you buy the game that's coming out on PS3 and PS Vita and you buy it on PS3, you get the Vita version for free. And it's something that we've been waiting to hear, because it's sort of been expected, but we didn't really know. It was never announced, so it's a great news that PlayStation All-Stars, Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank Q-Force is coming out. You buy the PS3 version, you get the PS Vita on the go. I don't know if it works the other way around. They only said it that way. I guess it won't work that other way around.
I guess we'll find out soon
maybe you
enough.
can unlock that by buying it.
I gotta ask you, I mean, we sort of knew about it already with the cross controller with Little Big Planet 2, but we saw it in action there. What do you think? I thought that was really enjoyable.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I mean, it's obvious that both Microsoft and Sony want to have their own little Wii U thing going. So that was nice, but I think the big thing that we took away from the Vita this press conference was obviously this little game over here.
What this little dude was in.
Yes. Media Molecule's next project. We've been waiting a while to see something new from them, and they came on stage and they basically gave us Origami, the game. I don't know. It looked really
sold.
Yeah, it looked really great, and something new and innovative on the Vita, something that can really convince people to buy the device. You know, we've seen Uncharted, we've seen Wipeout, we've seen the staples, we've seen FIFA. You know, we're getting Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, but we need something new, something exciting,
something Vita only, Vita exclusive,
something to rally around. And we also got another game, Killzone Mercenary, but I'm not going to talk a lot about that because it's Tearaway that's really the thing that I'm taking away from this press conference.
I have to make, just to interject there, now you're saying you've got a Vita and this made it for you. I haven't got a Vita. Seeing Tearaway makes me want to buy one. And
same here.
Yeah. If Sony have done their job, basically. Media Molecule have done their job.
Yeah, you got a lot of really exciting, like, Vita-only features, like you can use the touchscreen on the back to kind of pull up your fingers so it actually enters the game. And that's the whole gimmick of the game, basically, that you can interact with the game world. So if you twist the Vita, you kind of twist the game world. And if you blow into the screen, you kind of like blow away objects and enemies and stuff like that. And like turning around, picking up items with your fingers.
It looks great.
It looks great.
But talking about interaction, we should actually talk about your personal highlight, which is actually Wonderbook from this.
Yeah, Wonderbook is it's kind of weird. You know, it's this very kid-friendly project, but they got some really exciting projects for that game. Like they showed off a new game called Diggs Nightcrawler.
Diggs Nightcrawler.
It's like LA Noire meets a Saturday morning cartoon or something like that. Like a blue Nightcrawler crawler character with a trench coat solving crimes.
It seems we were talking about this just before, about how it might be a little bit too hardcore actually for the kids. For the 8s and under, you know? Might be a little bit too hardcore for us. What can we say?
We haven't really seen gameplay yet. You know, the only thing we got to see was like this 7-year-old kid sitting with his PlayStation Move and like using it as a magnifying glass and searching for clues. But it looks really interesting. And they also showed BBC.
So the BBC, go on.
Yeah, the BBC Walking with Dinosaurs, which is kind of like based on the TV series. And it's more like a learning experience, which looks, you know, it looks like it has high production values. And
we also finished off with a couple of new games, which was I blanked Puppeteer, Rain, and Until Dawn. That's what I was trying to think of.
So Until Dawn is this PlayStation Move exclusive game.
Sort of like almost like survival horror, cabin in the woods sort of style.
It's a slasher, like with the teen sex and the horrible dialogue and the psycho killer and the traps and stuff like that. And they said you're like playing 7 different characters or something.
Yeah.
And you have to guide them all through the night or something. So I mean, it looks interesting.
That's the thing. It actually looked genuinely involving. It looked really nice. Now, what we saw there, we're not too sure whether that was actually in-game or whatnot, but
it looked
the concept of it, I can get behind that. And then we had Rain, which was a lovely PSN game, which was a nice sort of platform, very twee sort of thing. But, again, something different. And I think that's what we can get across here at the Sony conference. They've shown us something different every single step of the way. We've got the big hitters, but...
well, I mean, for me, Rain was something very Japanese, sort of typical Studio Ghibli, dual world, sort of crossing in between, that sort of thing that I really enjoy about sort of Japanese culture. Puppeteer. I don't know if we mentioned anything about that game. Kind of hard to explain.
They had a hard enough time explaining it on stage. Single. You know what? I don't think even
I think we're just going to roll the trailer or something.
Right, do the trailer. That will do it a lot more eloquently than we can.
I thought I was having a stroke when I watched it, actually. I didn't know what was going on at all. So, count me in.
If you got attention deficit disorder, this is the game for you.
Okay. But we'll be obviously having previews of that, interviews as well with all the guys here at Gamescom. Keep checking in with us at GRTV and Game Reactor for all your Gamescom news.
The show is on.